Hey guys, this is Curl and welcome to Promo Look At. And before I get started, happy Halloween to you guys. If it's not Halloween and you're watching this after Halloween, I'm sorry guys, but it's Halloween today, so that's when I did this recording. So happy Halloween, and without further ado, today's promo we're going to be looking at is for Dead of Winter. And the promo we're going to be looking at is another character, finishing off my characters for the month for October, and we're going to be looking at what was his name? Ruckus Burley. And it says here, note, cards in this promo are marked with an Oni Press logo in the lower right corner to help distinguish them from the cards included in the base set and other expansions. So here's the Oni Press logo, so you guys can see it, because the other guys will have them, but they're much smaller and they will be harder to tell. So here is, I took it out already. Here's the close look to the character standee, who I have to say looks amazing. Like, he has a hockey stick with a blade on it, so that looks really, really cool. He's actually by far one of my favorite characters, and for the expansions, well, actually in general. So let me read why he's my favorite character, and this is the Crossroad card. Well, before that, let me show you guys a close-up of how they both look. From the back, it's the standard for the Crossroad and the character, and as for the back, it is basically, that's how they look from the front as well. So let me read the Crossroad card. So Ruckus Burley. If the player controls a survivor at the gas station and Ruckus Burley is still in the survivor deck, hey man, you turn to see the most white trash looking dude you've ever seen standing in the doorway. I don't want any trouble. I just found the last weed on the apocalypse, and I'm looking for a light. If a survivor of the player controls at the gas station has a lighter, equip trigger option 1, otherwise trigger option 2. So this is funny because the guy is basically trying to get high, and it's like, wait, what? So it caught me off guard when I read this. It is hilarious because he's trying to just smoke a joint. So option 1, hell yeah, dog. Search the survivor deck for Ruckus Burley and add him to the following. Gain 1 morale. So if you had the lighter with the character or any of your characters, right? If the survivor player controls says that the guest has a lighter equipped, well, no, you have to have a lighter equipped. So you have to make sure you have the lighter within your character that is searching at the gas station. Somebody else has the lighter, that basically just doesn't trigger option 1. So then you have to trigger option 2. Add 1 noise token to the gas station. Reveal the top 10 cards of the gas station item deck. If you reveal a lighter, add it to your hand and trigger option 1. Otherwise, trigger option 3. Shuffle the remaining revealed cards back into the gas station's item deck. So if you didn't find within those 10 cards you just searched a lighter, basically you can't trigger option 1, and it will just automatically go to trigger 3. So again, if somebody did have the lighter and you don't have a lighter at the gas station, this doesn't really trigger. So option 3, the man hits you in the head with some sort of jerry-rigged weapon. He robs you and disappears into the woods. Choose a survivor you control at the gas station. Remove from the game any items equipped to the chosen survivor, and then place 1 wound on that survivor. So that sucks. So he's really trying to get high. So you have 2 options. You either have the lighter, and if you don't have the lighter, you're basically getting robbed and you lose all your possessions. So that is one that sucks. But if you do get a lighter, or you have a lighter on that character, that is awesome, because then all of a sudden you're going to add this character to your following. So here is the picture of Ruckus Burley, unemployed. Just looks like he's like in an ice field, hockey stadium, basically. His influence is 31. He has an attack of 2+ and 2+ for search as well. So you can use 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 just to basically use an attack or just search for items. So that's pretty cool. He's not bad in that aspect. He has a hockey stick with a razor blade, or is it probably metal, and he just drilled it into the hockey stick. He has blood on his, what is that, like a vest? He has a black button-down shirt. He actually has a big giant blunt that he's smoking on his mouth. He's bearded, has glasses, has a trucker hat from the looks of it, a belt, and green pants. So to me, he looks pretty cool. But he looks more basically like a bum, if you ask me. Okay, so his ability is anywhere 4+. So you need a 4+ die or higher. Discard a junk card without using its effect to perform an attack. Do not roll for exposure. So that's not bad either. So if you don't want to attack somebody and roll the exposure die, which nobody really likes to do, basically you can just discard a junk card with him and then use his ability and then kill a zombie without even rolling that exposure die. So that's actually a beneficial to that. So let's begin off. Oh, before I forget, and yes, he does fit. If I can open this. Oh no, I can't. These gloves will not let me open it. So if I can't, there we go. It can fit both. I'm just going to fit both of them because I'm wearing these gloves and these gloves are not going to let me. They both fit in standard sleeve size for Magic Pokemon the Gathering sleeves. So if you guys want to get one of the sleeves and sleeve your cards up, yes, they do fit into sleeves. So basically, now I'm going to go to basically, is this guy available? Yes, he's still available. The only thing that sucked about this guy, and I'm going to show you guys how he was available. He's available through the Dead of Winter comic books. And basically, this is basically the comic. It was released in Gen Con 2017. And it basically came with this cool looking book with Sparky the dog, and he's right there. And it's basically a comic done by, I believe it's done by the people who did Rick and Morty. And as you can see, he is joined by the firefighter. So I find that funny. Ruckus just joined the group. So in this, basically this comic. So this is basically the exclusive that Gen Con was selling to anybody who wanted to get basically this. Because if you guys notice, it basically comes in this comic. So that was pretty cool. It's 4 chapters. So if you guys want to continue reading the rest of the story, it's all about Sparky. Sparky is the main character. And basically it's 4 little issues you get with it. Now, the only sad news is that I didn't like about this, because I thought this was going to be a Gen Con exclusive, is that I paid a little price for this compared to what it is available now. Because this was supposed to be only a Gen Con exclusive, and and this cover was the only one you were going to get. Now they changed it to the point where it's now going to be you can actually get it at Plathead Games for $19.95, and you can get all of this with it. The only thing that sucked was I thought this was going to be an exclusive, so I paid a little pretty penny, and then later on Plathead Games decided, well, we're going to release it and we're going to sell it. Instead of how they're releasing it, if you were to go to a comic book store, let's just say, and they have the Dead of Winter comics, there's 2 different covers for the first issue, and you don't really get the promo card with it. You just get the comic. So if you're deciding you just want to get the comics instead and just like have a collection of the comics, you could basically do that, and it's going to cost you, I believe it's going to be $4. Well, this issue costs $10. Well, when you basically purchase it at Gen Con from the looks of it, but I'm assuming it was probably around $20. I'm not too sure about that. I know the other issues, they say that they're $3.99. So, but again, this was a Gen Con exclusive, but it turned out now it's a Gen Con Plathead Games exclusive. So if you want to get this promo, you have to get it from Plathead Games. Unless you decide to just basically buy it from somebody in eBay, and you're just going to basically pay like around, what, 25, 30, around there. So I kind of recommend buying it for Plathead Games, unless you just want the character card and someone's selling it for like around $10. I'm going to say, because if not, I might as well just say, you might as well go to Plathead and pay for the shipping as well, and pay like around, I'm going to say 25 with shipping. It's 20 for the comic with the character standee, so that's not a bad deal. He is one of the priciest ones, but it's because of the special comic that it comes with. Sadly, you do not get all 4 comics. You only get 1 comic, and you have to buy the other 3 separate. So it's really up to you guys to decide if you guys really want this with the comic or the standee, the characters with the standee, character card and crossroad with the standee, if you guys want that. But again, you're probably going to have to pay a little more or a little less for it if anybody's selling it, and I don't really notice it. Everybody's always selling this as a combo, so I'd rather just go again to Plathead Games. Do I highly recommend him? Well, for starters, I'm going to say he's a funny character from the looks of it. So if you guys want a funny character who smokes a joint, who's trying to, smoke weed, basically, and basically have an influence of 31, which, again, it will kind of contradict with 2 other characters. One of them will be Cody, and the other one, I believe, is a guy who is holding a cooler from Warren Colonies. And if you want to basically have that those 3 characters, if you basically drew them at the same time, and you basically have to choose a leader between them, and you have to say, well, highest influence counts first. I'm going to say that ruling basically goes up to you to say which of these 3 characters do you want to be your leader. If you were playing a two-player game, if you were playing a 3 or more player game, then you basically just choose between one of the 2. So I'll just say Kotick and Ruckus. You basically choose which one do you want to be your leader. But other than that, I do highly recommend him. He's still available, Plathead Games. I'll leave a link below to basically if you guys want to purchase it. But one little sad thing, if you guys wanted to use the Crossroad card with the app, it will not work because the app only has the base game's Crossroad cards only. So this will not work with the app, and you will not see it appear in the app, and you can't even add it to the app, which is sad, but it is what it is. But we can't do that. So with that being said, I got a special thanks for you guys for watching. And if you guys highly recommend this guy or you don't recommend him, leave it in the comments below. But with that being said, I'll see you guys next time, and happy Halloween.